Welcome back to restoring the inverted gas mantle light. Today we're up in the kitchen and I'm going to be reassembling the housing. You might remember last time this piece was covered in chemical stripper. I got all the old paint off and repainted it with radiator paint, which will hopefully stand up to the heat so it looks good as new. Remember, I broke that piece of the burner housing, glued that back on with high temp glue, and notice 3 brand new screws in there. I went to this wonderful old hardware store near our house where you have to ask for everything because it's a mess in there, but he had just what I needed. So those rusty old screws were retired, and I have some new ones in there holding the ceramic in place. And I went last night over everything with a heavy-duty corrosion remover, and so you can see I've gotten back to some nice clean metal. And so cleaned off all the screws with corrosion remover as well, and treated them with a product called Corrosion X, which seals up the metal and also helps with moving parts as well. So start to put this back together. Notice the hole here for the pilot tube, the hole there for the pilot tube. Make sure to match those up, and you put the screws on there. Okay, so I've screwed that piece back on, and then next comes this little part here, which is also nice and clean. That was pretty rusty when I took the thing apart. It's a air intake controller. So this goes on here. You can see here it's just a little lever, and so by moving it you can open up that side air channel to let more or less air in. And so on top of that goes this bell-shaped piece, and notice the notch out here on the side to accommodate the lever. Put it over a little bit, line up these screw holes. Now I'm not going to screw this part on because the controller valve goes on top here, and that's not quite ready to go. So it's more just for display purposes. There's that. And now I'm going to turn the piece over and put on this little collar here, which cleaned up very nicely. So back in a minute. So I've got the white enamel collar back on, and finally goes this part here, the outer housing, and just screws on here. You can see this clip. This is what holds the glass shade in place. It's a great clear glass ball, which will look great. So that's all in good working order. Didn't really need any work there. So let me fasten this back together. That's Christmas. So I've gotten the outer housing back on. Turn it back over again. Put our little piece there. Top, just set that in place for now. And you can see essentially what it's going to look like. The white part at the bottom will have a glass globe around it, and up from the top here will be the stem and the control valve, and that should be up and running pretty soon. Now I just have to run a gas line to hook the thing up. So see you next time.